6 years of Jurgen Klopp at Anfield, how Liverpool boss changed doubters to believers. On this day, Jurgen Klopp was unveiled as Liverpool manager 6 years ago in what proved to be a perfect marriage for the German and the club. Heralding an era of brilliant football and silverware. "We have to change from doubters to believers now," said Jurgen Klopp to the camera with a grin. The newly appointed Liverpool manager had just been asked to give his first message to the club's fans after his unveiling earlier that day, the 8th of October 2015. It took him a few seconds to think of the right words before he delivered a message which immediately resonated with fans still scared by the Reds' near miss in the Premier League just over 1 year earlier. Brendan Rodgers had come agonizingly close to ending the club's wait for a league title only for the wheels to fall off at the end of the 2013-14 season. Liverpool finished a disappointing 6th the following campaign and Rodgers was sacked on the 4th of October 2015 with his side 10th in the table. Four days later, there was a new manager in town, one most English football fans saw for the first time during the 2013 Champions League final. And who was renowned for his trademark cap and glasses look. As well as reaching the Wembley final, Klopp had a fine track record, having led Mainz to promotion to the Bundesliga in his first managerial role before taking the Borussia Dortmund job and winning 3 major honors with the German Giants. Yet there was some doubt over Klopp's suitability for the Anfield hot seat. After all, Dortmund capitulated during his final season at Westfalenstadion. Sitting rock bottom of the table in early February 2015 before recovering somewhat to finish 7th. Anfield link Carlo Ancelotti would have been the safer choice, but Liverpool owner John W. Henry had a plan centered on the Moneyball approach, which had served him so well when implemented at the Boston Red Sox. So, it was mathematics that saw Klopp handed a 3-year deal as autumn closed in on Merseyside, and heavy metal football that followed. The German's first season in charge is remembered for agonizing defeats in the League Cup and Europa League finals by Manchester City and Sevilla respectively, as well as a mediocre 8th place finish. But already there were signs that Klopp and Liverpool was a match made in heaven. His side blew the roof off Anfield with a stunning 4-3 comeback victory over Borussia Dortmund to reach the Europa League semi-finals. Three months earlier, in January 2016, Adam Lallana scored a 95th-minute winner in a 5-4 victory at Norwich City. sending Klopp's glasses flying into the Carrow Road air in celebration. Klopp was handed a new 6-year contract and his famed gegenpressing. Focused on winning possession back as soon as it has been lost, was in full swing. But it was also clear he did not have the personnel for the job, with Liverpool relying on scoring more than they were conceding. For years, the Reds had relied on individual brilliance and special partnerships to win matches rather than collective, pragmatic effort. Luis Suarez, supported by Daniel Sturridge, almost fired Liverpool to Premier League glory on his own. Fernando Torres and Steven Gerrard also went close. So even as Liverpool limped over the line to finish fourth in the 2016-17 season and qualify for the Champions League, it was clear Klopp's squad needed an overhaul. It proved to be a formative summer for the Reds, who signed Andy Robertson, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Mohamed Salah. Adding to the arrivals of Jorginho Wijnaldum and Sadio Mane the previous year. But some of Liverpool's most important business came in the January window in 2018 as Philippe Coutinho departed for Barcelona and Virgil van Dijk arrived from Southampton. With Trent Alexander-Arnold enjoying a breakthrough run in the starting 11 and a significantly strengthened starting outfield, Klopp was gradually molding the squad to his requirements. The Reds surged to the Champions League final with pulsating knockout stage victories over Manchester City and Roma. Only to fall short against Real Madrid in Kiev. To say that was a night to forget for goalkeeper Loris Karius would be an understatement. But Klopp wasted no time feeling sorry for himself after the 3-1 defeat and instead set about correcting the last major weaknesses in Liverpool's squad. The defense and attack practically picked themselves, but a world-class defensive midfielder and shot stopper were noticeably absent. Two days after the loss to Los Blancos, Fabinho joined from Monaco and was soon followed through the Melwood entrance by fellow Brazilian Alisson. With a net spend scarcely in the red thanks to the shrewd sales made by sporting director Michael Edwards. Klopp was finally ready to challenge for the greatest honours. Liverpool pushed City all the way in the 2018-19 campaign in what proved to be one of the greatest title races of recent memory. The Reds conceded just 22 goals in 38 Premier League games as they finished on 97 points, one behind Pep Guardiola's side. But the season proved to be a brilliant success as Liverpool made amends for the previous year by winning the Champions League. En route to final against Tottenham, Klopp led the Reds to arguably the greatest ever night. A 4-0 victory over Barcelona he admits he could have soaked up from the stands. By this stage, Klopp's squad was operating at the peak of its powers. Maine, Salah and Roberto Firmino had formed one of Europe's finest frontlines, while Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Alisson and Robertson could each have claimed they were the best in their position in the world. As a result, Klopp's fine-tuned winning machine stormed to the Premier League title in the 2019-20 campaign by a margin of 18 points. Which surely would have been larger had the coronavirus pandemic not disrupted their rhythm. Adding to Liverpool's delight, Klopp signed a new deal until 2024 midway through the season. Liverpool went into last term looking equally strong, but injuries to Van Dijk, Joel Matip and Joe Gomez, as well as many others, condemned them to a dismal term in front of an empty, bleak Anfield. During the taxing spell, Klopp lost his mother, Elizabeth, and he later admitted the season during which the Reds finished a respectable third, was the most difficult of his career. The 54-year-old arrived for Liverpool's pre-season camp this summer rejuvenated with a beaming smile fixed on his face. Although there was no sign of his glasses following a minor eye procedure. Klopp has openly stated he will take time away from football when his current contract at Anfield expires, and he is planning to see the world. But he also remains as hungry as ever to add to his legacy over the next 3 years, insisting earlier this week, "I'm fully here, I'm full of energy and I want to go as far as possible." Such is their manager's brilliance, Liverpool fans have no trouble believing anymore. In fact, they expect. With the title race more fierce than ever, supporters know anything is possible with Klopp in the dugout.